It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And this one features Trevor Lawrence. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week.
Katie York sent to get this one started. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. His return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product Justin Herbert.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game you had last week. sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the one interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win, and certainly some momentum to build on today.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
What is up?
Herbert now off the play fake. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And the Chargers will have a first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
He sends this one to the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Starting from the 5. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. And bringing them out to former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
The biggest mistake he could make here is letting his offense get suckered into trying and matching the pace while the opposition just set. Even if it's a quick score to begin the game, he's got to have the poise and the patience here to run the opening script they planned for all week long. Play your game and not let the circumstances dictate and force your hand early.
Caught, nice gain left side. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
No! Red.
First carry now for Kyron Williams. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that. That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots, but some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
First down throw, Lawrence. He brings it in. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
Silver.
Williams has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers finish off their opening drive. Kyron Williams the touchdown. On is Katie York for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. On now is York to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Chargers getting their offense set for their second drive. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Green 80. What is up?
On the carry, here's Dameon Pierce. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win.
380.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Ready.
Right back it goes to Pierce. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Going to the ground again on first. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Set.
Offense to the line for second down.
Set.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
380.
Offense set for a 1st and 10.
Set.
Pierce up the middle. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes
21.
some of the starch out of that front 7.
Go, hey.
From the 45 on 2nd down. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Set. Set.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
The Steelers back out on offense as we see Kyron Williams again. And that touchdown on their opening drive, more of what we've come to expect from him this season. You can see he's one of the league's best at finding the end zone thus far.
Hey.
Lawrence in the pistol. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He's found some space as he crosses the 45. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Steelers' first down.
Red.
Lawrence working from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Big gain, 14 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Hey, easy, Ralph.
They bring Wilson in motion right. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. And it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he's brought down after a short gain. So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break.
Ready?
It's Steelers ball as we return for the second. And they have to be thinking points here. Third down, Lawrence to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's able to get this down to the 13. That one ends up a gain of 6.
Hey, go,
and that's
gold.
a Steelers first down.
Gold. Silver.
Hand off to the up back. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
So many offenses will script, Kate, their first 15 plays of a game, but it's often getting to the lesser use stuff like that that's critical in the red zone. They get a decent gain out of it and continue to push for the goal line.
Straight ahead with Williams. And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. That's going to be a gain of 6, and they need only inches now here on third down.
Lion! Here we go, son.
Another run for Williams. And he gets in, touchdown. The Steelers take a second quarter lead. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Now is York to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Charger offense making its way to the field. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Set. Hot.
Handoff running right, Pierce. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Tre'Davious White there on the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Let's go. Ready.
They'll go right back to Pierce. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He has it at the 22. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. The Steelers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their 3rd touchdown in 3 drives. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Hey, Silver.
Lawrence now off the play action. Hits him on the out route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
red, on red.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Kill! It's hot.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Hauled in left side. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
All right, let's go. Red.
Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He stopped at the 17. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Here we go, son.
On 2nd down, Warren. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains.
23.
Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
Williams is across the line for the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers take a 13-point lead. Kyron Williams the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. York tacks on that extra point. And the Steelers double their lead to 14. On now is York to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Set. Grenade. Grenade. Go, let's go.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Herbert from the gun. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. This one misses the tight end. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Ready.
Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you...
Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. Patrick Queen in to pick it up. And just like that, a really good drive is taken away with an INT.
Sure was a lot of promise on that series, right?
Yeah.
That's a small silver lining for them at the very least, but probably won't be much comfort now. And it's going to feel even worse when this quarterback watches the tape tomorrow.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He lofts it deep left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it sets up second down.
Hey, gold, gold! Here we go.
Lawrence throwing here. Flush down out to his left. Wilson's got it. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains in his early downs.
Silver.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. He put everything he had into this one. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Looking to throw. He's trying another one deep. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Red on red. It's hot.
He's back to throw. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. We'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the 3rd quarter. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Steelers back. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
All right, let's go. Red.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Rip, 23. It's hot.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That one gains 7.
Hey,
and that's
easy.
the Steelers' first down.
Ralph. Here goes the hot.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Missed one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 2nd down.
On red. Silver.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Lisa, 24. There goes the hot.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Brought in right side. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Hey, go!
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go, the hot.
A run for Warren here, start the 3rd. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Silver.
Here's 2nd and 7. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And it's 3rd down.
Hey, it's hot.
Now it's Lawrence. That's complete to Wilson. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Red.
Going for it, it's Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10.
Set.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Hey, easy. OP,
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
Set.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 16 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Crowd right.
To throw, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Extra man in the secondary for the Steelers. 3rd down coming up.
Set.
Now Herbert to throw. Metcalf's got it. Complete. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty.
Set.
They'll run here, following the penalty. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Green hot.
Throwing now, Herbert. Oh, tried forcing it to the slants. It's intercepted. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a 2nd half push for the lead. But the defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking
Let's
comeback.
go.
But exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Hey, run! It was hot.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Rip, 23. Here we go, son.
Lawrence now off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Easy, Ralph! Silver!
Williams is in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. Far from the first time we've broken down one of his touchdowns in this game, partner, but man, they seem to get more impressive every time.
And I don't care, Kate, if they're all 1-yard plungers, if you're up over 300 yards. A 4-touchdown game will forever live among your greatest career highlights. You can go several games without even scoring one. So to get 4 in one contest, you'll never, ever forget it.
Now he's York to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set.
Play action now for Herbert. Dump off to his fullback. He's contained at the line for no gain. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Ready.
Herbert from the gun. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tre'Davious White there on the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
He put some air under this one, deep right. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. J.K. Scott will kick it away. He's got it at the 24. And he's brought down before the return gets far. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Steelers will take over possession.
Ready, ready.
They've got 1st down from the 31.
On red.
They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's the Steelers with it to begin.
Okay, break.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches.
24. Here we go, sir.
They'll run. This is Williams. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 4 there. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
Gold! Gold, gold! Silver.
Right inside give to Warren. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he gets this one to the 49 on a solid pickup. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you can feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They stay on the ground with Williams. And they bring him down around the 34. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Right back to Williams on 1st down. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down mark.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now, after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push.
Hey,
He's being looked at here. On first down, Warren. And he's brought down for a loss. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's
Straight
someone
down.
they need to help their playoff hopes.
Rip,
Training staff
23.
working on him now.
Here we go, son.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled for a short gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some
On the
call
jump.
it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field
Silver.
that you can depend on.
He's on the move. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Well, great team defense there. No matter where he looked, Brock, there seemed to be a defender there, including where the pass eventually went, and that was why it was intercepted.
Such a disciplined rep there from the defense. As a QB, you try to extend the play to break them down defensively. Nobody did. And as a quarterback in that case, when you don't have a lane to throw it and the field is shrinking, you've got to throw that ball in the 5th row.
All set up now for 1st and 10.
Set.
Herbert. Throw left side, complete. And
Go.
he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
What is it?
2nd and 3. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
What is it?
Herbert throwing again. Dumped off to his running back. And his short gain gets them a new set of
Ready,
downs.
go.
Offense in the hurry up here.
Ready.
Throwing on first is Herbert. Connection made to Shakir. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
Let's go.
Offense up to the line fast.
Go.
It's Herbert once more. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Go, hey.
Now Herbert again. We've got a screen to the running back. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Go.
Herbert on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Let's go.
Trying again, following the sack. Taken in by Pierce. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Go.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Chargers hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
Set.
Herbert now. Gets this one to Pierce. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
59.
Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. And it's incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs, depending on what the call is on this penalty.
Foul. Roughing the passer, defense.
Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
Shakir with the grab. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Green 80. Good hot. Set.
Herbert to throw once more. He's got Pierce. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, go
They've
lock.
got to keep moving quick here. Brought in close to the 8. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
Set. Green hot.
From the red zone now. He's got it! And he'll go down shy
Go.
the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Hey, ram. Green hot.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. And the defender comes away with it. Picked off by Tre'Davious White. And the Steelers have it as he records his 7th interception of the season.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays. Because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Ralph.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Well, Brock, the fans, all right.